Who didn't love watching this Hollywood superstar making steaming, hot, and delicious mac and cheese? Did you know Brad Pitt is a huge pasta lover? Yeah, he's not afraid to eat a good old plate of spaghetti. But have you ever wondered what goes into the making of this timeless dish? From golden feet of durum wheat to those perfect strands of spaghetti on your plate. We're going behind the scenes at some of the world's biggest pasta factories to find out how Brad Pitt's favorite pasta is really made. It all starts with durum wheat. This isn't your average wheat, it's special. Its hard amber-colored grains are packed with protein, making it ideal for creating pasta that's firm, elastic, and perfectly al dente. The journey begins as trainloads of durum wheat arrive at factories like Barilla's massive plant in Parma, Italy. A single train carries 150 tons of wheat, and factories receive shipments like this twice a week. Once unloaded, the wheat is transported along underground conveyor belts to massive silos, capable of holding up to 600,000 tons of grain. But not all wheat makes the cut. Each batch goes through extensive quality checks. A giant vacuum-like probe inspects the grains for weight, moisture, protein content, and even color. Advanced cameras scan over 34,000 grains per second, instantly rejecting any that don't meet the factory's strict standards. This attention to detail ensures that every bite of pasta tastes just right. Before the wheat can move to the next stage, it goes through a series of vibrating separators that remove any chaff, stones, or dirt. The cleaned wheat is then soaked for up to 30 hours to prepare it for milling. Milling is where wheat transforms into the golden foundation of all great pasta, semolina flour. The process is precise, complex, and incredibly fascinating to watch. First, the soaked durum wheat makes its way into giant rotary mills, machines designed to carefully crack open each grain. These mills break away the tough outer shell, revealing the bright yellow endosperm inside. This endosperm is ground into coarse granules, which will soon become the semolina flour. But this isn't just about crushing wheat. It's a highly controlled operation to ensure the texture is just right. Next, the flour moves to high-tech vibrating sifters and separators. These machines work like a series of filters, shaking and sorting the crushed wheat through multiple layers of mesh. The goal here is to remove any leftover husks, dust, or impurities while isolating the pure semolina. This step is important because even tiny imperfections can affect the final dough's smoothness and texture. These sifters are so efficient they can process up to 34 tons of wheat per hour, keeping the factory's production running non-stop. To make sure the semolina meets the highest standards, factories use optical sorting machines to inspect it. If even a slight inconsistency is detected, the batch is either refined further or rejected outright. This level of precision ensures that only the finest semolina continues through the process. The final step in milling is a fine sifting session, where any remaining lumps are smoothed out. What comes out is a soft golden flour, ready to become pasta. At this point, the semolina is funneled into massive storage hoppers, which are temperature controlled to keep the flour fresh and ready for use. These hoppers are organized and tracked with digital systems, so every batch can be traced back to its origin. The scale of this operation is huge. Some of the largest pasta factories, like Barilla's in Parma, process over 1,000 tons of semolina daily, with the milling process running 24/7. This ensures there's always a steady supply of top-quality flour to feed the production lines. By the end of milling, the semolina is perfect, pure, consistent, and ready for the next step: turning into dough. Turning semolina into pasta dough might sound simple, just mix semolina and water. But at an industrial level, it's a complex process that demands precision and advanced technology. It all starts in high-speed pre-mixers, where semolina and water are combined in just 5 to 10 seconds. This rapid mixing ensures every grain is evenly coated, preventing clumps and setting the foundation for perfect dough. Next, the mixture moves into vacuum blade mixers, which knead the dough while removing air. This step is vital for creating a smooth, elastic texture, as air bubbles can weaken the structure of the dough. These mixers work tirelessly, mimicking the movements of a master chef, but on a massive scale. What makes this process even more impressive is the meticulous control of hydration. Factories use automatic water injectors to ensure each grain absorbs just the right amount of water. Too much water and the dough becomes sticky. Too little and it won't hold together. To guarantee precision, sensors monitor moisture levels in real time and adjustments are made as needed. In some cases, the semolina is pre-wetted with a fine mist of water before it even reaches the mixer, further improving efficiency and consistency. Once the semolina and water are blended, the dough undergoes intense kneading. Vacuum blade mixers, equipped with powerful rotating blades, refine the dough's texture, creating a cohesive and pliable mass. Factories often use multi-stage mixers, where the dough passes through several chambers, each designed to enhance its elasticity and strength. During this process, the dough's gluten structure develops, giving it the resilience needed to hold its shape during shaping and drying. Temperature regulation is another critical factor. If the dough gets too warm, it can lose elasticity. If it's too cold, the hydration process slows down. To address this, factories use temperature-controlled mixers and maintain precise humidity levels in the mixing area. Sensors continuously monitor these conditions, ensuring the dough remains soft and workable. Once kneaded, the dough moves to the refinement rollers, which smooth out any inconsistencies in the texture. These rollers apply even pressure, preparing the dough for shaping. For larger operations, the scale of production is huge. Mixers process up to 2 tons of dough per hour, running continuously to meet global demand. After mixing, the dough is transferred to temperature-controlled hoppers via automated conveyor belts. By the end of the mixing process, the dough is perfectly hydrated, elastic, and uniform, ready to be transformed into the countless pasta shapes we know and love. Whether it's long strands of spaghetti or delicate farfalle, this process ensures the dough is strong, consistent, and prepared to hold up through every stage of production. Once the dough is ready, it's time to give it the shapes we all know and love. Factories use high-tech extrusion machines to make this happen. These machines press the dough through specially designed metal dies that determine the shape, size, and even texture of the pasta. For spaghetti, the dough is pushed through long, thin holes, creating perfectly uniform strands. For farfalle, better known as bow tie pasta, the dough is rolled into flat sheets and then cut into butterfly shapes with precise cutters. Rotini, those spiraled pieces of pasta that cling to sauce so well, are formed by twisting the dough as it's extruded. The speed and accuracy of these machines are incredible. Extruders can produce 12,000 rotini spirals or 7,500 farfalle bows every minute. For spaghetti, rotating blades cut the strands into exactly 60 centimeters length before they move on to drying. Every piece is perfectly measured, ensuring uniformity. Whether it's going into a kitchen in Italy or a diner across the globe, some pasta shapes require extra care and detail. For instance, ridges are added to tortiglioni during extrusion, making it perfect for holding thick sauces. Lasagna sheets go through a different process. They're rolled into wide, flat sheets and then hung vertically to dry. This prevents them from bending or losing their signature flat shape, ensuring they're ready for layering in your next lasagna masterpiece. It's not just classics like spaghetti and lasagna. Factories produce over 100 different shapes of pasta. Tiny shells and stars for soup, intricate spirals, and large tubes are just a few examples. Each shape has its own custom die, and switching between shapes is as simple as swapping out the die in the extruder. Some pasta designs are even tailored to specific markets, like shorter spaghetti strands for certain regions, or unique cuts inspired by local dishes. To make sure every piece of pasta meets the highest standards, factories use real-time monitoring systems. Sensors track the thickness, size, and alignment of each piece, making small adjustments to the machinery whenever needed. This attention to detail ensures that every bow tie, spiral, or strand looks and cooks perfectly. After shaping, the pasta is handled carefully to protect its structure. Long strands like spaghetti are laid gently onto racks, while smaller shapes like penne or fusilli move on conveyor belts towards the next step. Fresh pasta might sound appealing, but dry pasta is what gives us the convenience of long shelf life without preservatives. And drying is no simple task. It's a carefully controlled process that preserves the pasta's texture and flavor. After shaping, the pasta contains about 30% moisture. To make it shelf stable, factories use drying tunnels to gradually reduce moisture to just 12%. This process can take anywhere from 10 to 15 hours, depending on the pasta type. For long pasta like spaghetti, the strands are hung vertically on racks, moving through large drying chambers. The heat in these chambers is carefully regulated, mimicking the gentle warmth of the Italian sun. For shorter shapes, like farfalle or fusilli, the pasta is spread out onto trays and passed through dryers with multiple stages of heat and humidity control. In the past, drying was done outdoors over several days, but today's technology ensures consistency and efficiency. By the end of the drying process, the pasta is firm, durable, and ready for packaging. Before the pasta can be boxed up, it goes through rigorous quality checks. Technicians and advanced machinery test each batch for thickness, texture, color, and even cooking performance. In one critical test, the pasta's gluten levels are analyzed to ensure it will hold its shape during cooking. Another test measures the al dente point, ensuring the pasta reaches the perfect texture when boiled. Any batch that doesn't meet these standards is rejected or reprocessed. Once approved, the pasta moves to the packaging stage. Conveyor belts guided to automated machines that measure precise quantities for each box. For spaghetti, the strands are aligned and gently placed into the boxes, while shorter shapes are poured into containers with exact weight calculations. To preserve freshness, some packages are sealed with nitrogen flushing, preventing spoilage during transportation. Each box is labeled with nutritional information, batch numbers, and of course, the iconic Barilla branding. The scale of this operation is huge. Some machines can package 60 bags of pasta per minute, ensuring millions of boxes are ready for global distribution every year. With the pasta boxed up, it's time to ship it out. Barilla's flagship factory alone produces enough pasta annually to prepare over 3 billion meals. Wow. From Italy, these products are exported to more than 100 countries, reaching homes in the United States, Brazil, Singapore, Japan, and beyond. Once in stores, pasta continues its role as a staple food, loved for its versatility and simplicity. Whether it's for Brad Pitt's favorite spaghetti bolognese, or for your comforting bowl of mac and cheese, pasta has a unique way of bringing people together. And there you have it, the incredible journey of how pasta goes from golden fields of wheat to your dinner plate. The next time you twirl spaghetti around your fork or bite into a cheesy macaroni bake, you'll know the fascinating process behind every strand and shape. What's your favorite pasta shape, and how do you love to prepare it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this behind the scenes look, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simply Processed for more fascinating stories about how your favorite foods are made. Thanks for watching, everyone.